Call the meeting to order of the Griggs County Commission. Stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
John.
Here.
Dale. Mark is absent today. Sean.
Here.
Troy's here. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Can I get State Board of Equalization added to the agenda, please?
A what?
State Board of Equalization.
What about?
Just to see if anybody wants to go out there. Do you want to send me out there, or?
Oh.
They're having the final meeting after the protest thing on the 26th. Are you gonna go out there?
No. No, the hearing's already over.
Yeah, I know. This would just be the result.
The scolding. It gets bad enough they come and see us.
Yeah, I remember that. Now we got beers afterwards.
I'd rather fight on my own territory.
Anything else for the agenda?
I move to approve the agenda as presented and add the tax equalization.
Second.
Moved by Dale, seconded by Sean to approve the agenda as amended. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Review the meeting minutes from September 6th.
Probably open the floor to discuss tax director. There was discussion on advertising for the position and approved.
Yeah, it was approved. Yeah, we took action.
And then probably the sentence above that, NDSU will start the process of searching. It's probably, sounds better, NDSU will start the application process. But it's right directly above it. Yeah.
Okay.
On another note there, should it be 40% extension agent or rather than employee?
Yeah.
Agent. Okay.
Of which we would pay half, 50% of that.
Right.
But I mean, that doesn't need to be in there.
Did Jamie write a letter? Does he know what we wanted him to? Well, he was in here, wasn't
We mean to
he? NDSU.
NDSU, he was in here, we instructed him to, I don't know if he did or not. The last paragraph, there was discussion of the information that was presented. Commissioner Peterson left the meeting, discussion continued. Sounds like he got mad and left. Peterson left the meeting for a prior commitment. Take my clothes and go home.
Pick them off one.
Well, it was decided, they got one of them.
Yeah. You would.
Yeah. I take it there's no action taken.
Move to approve the September 6th minutes as amended. Dispense with the reading. Been moved by Sean to approve the amended September 6th meeting minutes and dispense with the reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Bills.
That 22,000 for the new courthouse, that's the interest payment on it, isn't it?
Bottom, page 7, regional correction. What's that amount that might be
On the-
blocked out by the page number, I guess?
Must be 2,000.
2450, it's up above.
Yeah.
Oh, 24, oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
On page 6, the vendor is DNA Mobility. What is that?
That is TJ's Electronics. He changed his name.
Okay.
They changed their name.
Mhm.
I like this vendor, satellite tracking of people.
Where's that?
Page 7, 3 from the bottom. Scan-based bracelets.
Oh. He changed the name or changed the organization of the company?
I changed the name. Well, I don't know, I guess.
Well, we've got a contract with him, so if he's gonna do that, we probably have to update the contract, depending on what he did to the structure of the company.
What are we doing for pest control? You have mouses in here?
We did have a mouse, and so then they do have mouse traps, but it's, so he comes once a quarter and sprays for bugs too.
In the winter? Inside or out?
Inside and out.
What's the telephone information part of the bills?
Yes, I put that in the bills.
It's not in the packet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Form.
Oh.
Page 5.
So it looks like we can just do one number then?
If you want to do one number, then it would be that you call in and then, press 1 for the auditor's office, press 2 for treasurer's office. If
Will that
you-
save us money?
And then we
I think so.
should, because I think each number is a separate price otherwise.
There, we talked about it before, and I
Right.
don't know. I don't remember the outcome.
I don't know if there
I
was
think
any.
we put it with the time clocks in the post office boxes.
Yeah, that took precedence over the phone.
You want to make sure we always had something on the agenda.
Should have put it in the same category as Samantha's light.
Don't do that.
Priority and never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should move forward and do that if it,
So there is a cost savings?
I think so. I do believe so.
Yeah, then definitely so.
Should I have him get us some more information on that?
well,
All we need to know is this saves us money, basically. Otherwise, it doesn't
I don't know
really
what the
matter.
downside, what was the downside to it?
Then you'd have to sit there on the phone and, you know, it wouldn't be a direct to me.
You don't get to call a human.
But on the plus side of it, you only have to look up one number.
Yeah. It's no different calling the clinic or the, you know, whatever.
How many lines would we need anyway? How many people are in there?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 offices.
Perfect. There's 9 numbers on the pad of your phone pad.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hi, Jamie.
Howdy.
Suppose recorder or clerk court could be on the same road.
Would they be on the same one? I'm counting them separate.
Oh, you're gonna get the same person, right?
But yeah, so recorder, clerk, court. So then,
But I'm talking bodies, not offices.
21 employees. Without
Road.
road and, no, that's including road, that's not including social services.
But I mean, how many lines, how many numbers are there now that come, that for the courthouse?
Yeah.
21?
No, there's just one for each office.
Right, and that's how it would stay. So you wouldn't save any money there. There would still be that many lines, correct?
So then there's.
Right now, I can transfer from one person to the other, whatever, so each person has their own extension, but we can.
One number, same
Let's have
amount.
Travis come talk to us next
Okay,
week,
you got it.
or next time.
You
Hello.
just have one number, but you still have the same amount of lines on, right?
Yeah.
Possibly, I don't know.
Like, we have 6 of us in the bank. We have 3 phone lines.
Right.
But one number.
No, there's always a number for each line,
Oh.
but the phone system hands them off. You know, it picks them up in order
Yeah.
of when the calls come.
So if 4 of you wanted to be on the phone, what would be one person waiting?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has to be multiple lines, cause you can't.
Right, otherwise you'd only be able to have one person on the line.
Right, but if there's 13 people in here, right now they have 9 lines, they're gonna need, it's not gonna save a lot of money, because you're still gonna need 6 or something.
It's still,
Huh?
it's still something.
We're checking into.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have Travis come and talk to you.
Any questions on the bills?
We'll do for the bills as presented.
Been moved by Sean to approve the bills as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Troy votes aye. Motion carried. Wayne?
In your packet, let's see what number it is here. Well.
Yep. 11. Page 11.
I think it must be almost every year they send a letter out like this for
Oh, yeah.
people interested in bike paths and safe routes to school. It says here, you the non-railroad corridor. And it's a competitive process to get any funding. So I know at one time they tried to get funding for that railroad track from here to Hampton. There was a lot of opposition to people, landowners. I don't think we have to do anything with that.
No, I haven't heard anything from anybody.
Is there a profit, is there a sharing on it, or is it?
I think there's a share, they got a share. I don't remember what the percentage is, it doesn't say here. City and county, the city can apply, but I think it still has to go through the commissioners. Cities below 5,000 population must apply through the Board of County.
Do they get this letter so they know
I think
about
they
it?
would get the letter, I don't know. I guess we could contact them. I could ask them. County school districts. It's a website that you can go to learn more about the guidelines and such.
You know, the only one I could see that might be of consequence is safe routes to school and safe routes for non-drivers projects, but if that's needed, the school would have to do it. Apply for that.
Maybe they can get that road paved on the east side of town. Good for the school.
All roads lead to the school.
It sounds like they're gonna take millions and put millions under it. Got from the state.
Does that belong to the city?
Well, there's always been an argument over who it belongs to, the township, the city, the county. I think it's in the city limit map.
Or multiples of, it's in the city.
It's a township line in town.
Township line.
Yeah, half of it's in city, half of it's in township.
I think the road, from Bachman's place out to the 200 is probably ours, and maybe next time we do something, we should overlay it. Because I imagine it was ours, when Highway 7 went
Yeah.
through town, that was the county road that come up all the way up there. But then once the bypass went around, then
Right.
you kind of considered it as the city, because it was kind of the city area, but
Okay.
Logan County, just like the county road goes through Hannaford. So we've overlaid that several times, chip sealed it. If you would want me, I could ask the city auditor if they got one of these.
See, ask Nancy if they got one,
If they got one, if they
just to make sure.
have anything.
And maybe have it, pass it on to the school also.
Yeah. We've got to make a decision we're working on.
Maybe, Samantha, maybe you should send a copy of this to the Hannaford and Winthrop also,
Okay.
and to the school districts
Mm-hmm.
That work.
for education. It's just one of the-
Just cities and schools.
I mean, the other entities that would have other local entities, so that the townships would have, if they had something they wanted to do, but yeah, just copy them in an email or something,
Okay.
townships, so that we didn't leave anybody out. Because they can't do it on their own, it has to go through the county commissioners.
I don't remember what the percentage is on share, cost share, doesn't say.
Okay.
60, 40, 20, 80.
Hmm. Winthrop building?
The building, I did stake out the building, I did talk to Wayne Anderson, he's got his first payment that he wanted, it's in the bills to, before he started it. I did sent a one call out, and there's multiple entities that were involved, but the MLGC, their phone line is out in the road, goes right down the road. Otter Tail said they had nothing there, but we do have, there is a pole that's sitting on our property. So, plus there's an overhead line that goes to our old county shop. I'm thinking we may move the building a little closer to the east to the road, so there'd be the area behind to the west side of the building where we could store like the snow plow and stuff like that, instead of having it on the truck.
So right now this is 150, isn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, 140, I think, by 50 feet wide.
And 60? 50.
50 feet wide.
And we're gonna put a 60 by 40 building.
Yeah.
So where do you guys want it?
Are there setbacks required in business, in Binford?
Yeah, it's, most of our setback, looks like 32 foot from the center of the road. But I don't think that'd be I think that no matter what we did, we'd wanna set it back.
Yeah.
What about on the sides? Is it
Oh,
5
it's
feet?
just barely gonna fit, so we have to just center it.
Right, but is there setbacks on the sides? Usually there is from lines, usually it's either 5 or 10 feet.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get 5, cause the lot's 50 foot wide and the building's 40. There is no, zoning in Binford. You know, if you put it all the way towards the road in the front, then you got parking behind. If you put it all the way back, you couldn't park in front with much stuff because you'd have to, you gotta be able to get in the building. So I don't know. You wanna be able to park the maintainer out front before it goes in the building? I don't know.
I talked to the city, I told them that we need to put a longer culvert in.
Mm-hmm.
There's one there now that's 30 feet, since that one approach, but it's offset to where our building is. So we need another 40 feet or so. And I talked to Kenny and it sounded like it'd be no problem, so that'll all be usable driveway right up
Right.
to the pavement, or to
On the east side there, it'll be.
You gonna drive in the building on the east end?
on the east side.
He's talking about a road here right now, it's right here, isn't it, Wayne?
The road there? Yeah.
And there's a culvert through here.
The culvert's over to the side.
Yeah, but he wants to put we're gonna put a culvert all the way
Oh, and then cover the whole thing?
and cover the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Right now, if that's the east, then there's a pole right
I know line.
right here.
Yeah.
And then it comes from this pole to there, and then over to that old fire hall.
Yep.
And then this overhead goes over to our old building.
Yep.
So shouldn't you set that back off the street so you can pull in there?
Yeah, it'll be back.
That's what we're trying to decide.
30, 40 feet?
You want it set all the way back here?
Well, you wanted a little room back there to put the snowplow in the summertime, didn't you?
Right.
Yeah.
So how long's the
So the
main, how
building
long's the
is,
grader?
the building is only 60 and the lot is 140. And then there's like another 30 feet just about out to the pavement.
So what happens if we center the building right in here? Put the center of the building right on the,
Yeah.
on the 70 foot, would that get us that'd be 30, should be 40 foot there, is that enough or not? That's enough for, no, maybe
I
not.
don't remember how long that machine is.
Maybe
You want
not.
to have it long enough,
Yeah.
far enough back so when you pull in there, the door's shut.
Shut, oh, so it's probably gotta go farther.
And we're gonna, they haven't got much gravel left up at Binford, and then we're gonna haul in and fill in about 12 to 14 inches of fill in there.
So if you put this back at 90 feet, and leave 30 feet here, that'd only leave you 20 foot back here.
That's probably enough, isn't it?
Could be.
Well, you have to measure a machine
Yeah, well, I mean, it-
Kind of ready the machine again to make sure it's, we get it far enough off, so we're
I mean,
off.
that would-
the edge.
That actually gives you 30 here and 60 here, so I mean, that would get it off the building.
Right now, the fuel barrel is inside, I don't know if that's
Right.
legal or not. People have it in their shop. It's a lot nicer to have it inside.
Absolutely.
And there should be in a blue. I don't know about the fire though.
well, it's okay up until half a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, we used to have a gas barrel.
What size is the blade? What number?
772.
Well, you're not gonna find out how long it is by looking on there, cause
You use a big Bertha tier?
snowplow on the front, and packer on the back. Do you need a fuel barrel up there?
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
fuel every day.
Hmm?
Put fuel on almost
long
every
it is.
day.
Oh, you can't get it uptown, I suppose, unless they're open, huh?
We don't have a card for it.
Overall length is 29 feet 2 inches of just the machine.
But then you put, if you have the packer in the back and the blade in the front,
Yeah.
well, you have to just position it, Wayne, wherever. There's not gonna be much room out back.
We'll position it so that, and that will allow, because I think Londis is gonna have to probably bury his line.
Right.
So there'd be room to go around with that.
Well, it could come down the alley and then turn and go down the line too.
Right now, our marks are just not very far off the alley.
Well, it sounds like that's what we need to do is measure the machine with all the
Yeah.
attachments and then go from there.
I think we're gonna probably haul enough to fill the whole thing in, so it's all raised up.
Mm-hmm. So where's the door, which side, to the north or the south?
Dorby to the east.
Right, but I mean, in the north, it's not the,
I don't remember on the sketch if it was, or you could put it anywhere.
yeah, right, I mean, where are you gonna put it? Is it a 16-foot door or 20?
16-foot door, and then there's a walk-in door, I think,
Right.
beside it. And then we should partition off a little room back in the corner where we can have the toilet probably, or water sink. Whether it's, we can have a little heat in there.
Right. Well, we're probably gonna have to put the fuel here now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
Yeah,
have
'cause
to
there'd be
so we're gonna have to
plenty
put
of
the door here and the walk door here, right?
Yep.
And then, so the room would go here.
Yeah.
So however big that room is, you better have them pour the footings
Around for that.
for that too, and then.
Well, you can't put plumbing in after the fact.
No, we can stub it out underneath there though. It's not gonna have a cement floor in it, so yeah, you can.
You have a dirt floor in the bathroom.
No, but I mean, to get the plumbing in, to get the plumbing in there, you can. If we just put footings in there, there's gonna be footings around the outside of the building anyway.
Yeah.
If you just put the footings for the walls, then you can just take it, when you want to dig the plumbing in, you just come in underneath.
Oh, you wanna do that later?
Well, we don't have any funding for it now.
Yeah, I didn't think that was part of the plan.
No.
There's
Okay.
There is some extra money there, but
It's just a pole building, isn't it? There shouldn't be any footings for it.
No, it's a stick.
It's
What is it, stick building?
It was
Anything
about the
else?
same price.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of difference between them.
Anything else? Okay, thank you, Wayne.
Hey, I got,
Yeah.
for that federal aid stuff, I just made some suggested projects to put on that to present to the DOT. And you can switch them around.
No, I don't need that, I guess.
Whatever you want.
I would know what they are anyway.
Says on the side, it's County Road 2
Oh, yeah, I see.
This is a prioritization.
yeah. We just did County Road 3, so that'll be good for a few years. I didn't put that down. You only had 4 spaces, so I put down chip seal for 6 miles southwest of Annetta there. That County Road 2, 6 miles. And 1 mile west of Hannaford East, 5 miles for 2021.
Mhm.
And for 2022, the chip seal west, 7 miles west of Hannaford East to Highway 1, and then Red Willow Road, North Dakota 1 west, 2.5 miles for chip seal.
Yeah, but when we do that County Road 2, we're gonna have to address that culvert up there, correct? Okay.
Because you could, well, yeah. I don't know if you could put that in on the same project or not. Probably not. But it's just a chip seal. I don't know.
But those
Is that what
culverts
you're
are,
thinking, or
well, those culverts are rusted out, correct?
the one is for sure,
Right.
The diagonal one or the straight one?
the straight one.
Straight one. So I mean, if we're gonna chip seal it, maybe we should have that as a project, maybe we should fix that.
Their request was to have more culvert put in, right? So if they want to do that project, I wish they would form a legal drain, and so there could be some engineering done before we did that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need to know what's gonna happen all the way from there to the river before we start putting bigger pipes in.
Can you talk to Fred at the next water board meeting? Have him come and talk to us?
Because they did the stream study for
Yep.
north of there and then south a little ways, and they said the culvert downstream was too small, but it was within the 25-year study or something like that, so it still didn't matter, but.
Because the last time they were here, we told them that if we're gonna do any work on that road, we'd discuss the project with them, so we better do that. Now that we're proposing work on that road.
I can't remember, Dale, can you remember? The 5x12 box culvert was one of the suggestions. I
Yeah,
think.
it was really
Or-
big. It was a tremendous amount of water they wanted to come under there. We
Yeah.
kinda thought it was gonna take every road out between there and the river, so.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it has to be, I don't know how there wouldn't be room because there's not enough elevation, the culvert would be full all the time. I mean, the culverts right now are half full all the time. So it doesn't do any good to put 5 more foot of culvert underwater. But I mean, maybe there could be something done, maybe they could be straightened out, or if we're gonna have to do some patching anyway.
The problem is that it goes right across intersections,
I
so
know.
then you don't have room to put in, like, can't remember how many 5-footers it was. It
Right.
was
But it can be discussed.
Regular 5 or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, we don't wanna just brush it off and then we're not, I mean, we told them we would look at it if we ever had to do that road, so we better look at it.
Yeah, and at that time, we will have that prairie dog money too.
Right.
Probably.
And if they can incorporate it into a project, a legal drain, maybe it can work.
The problem is, it's not a legal drain,
No,
and them guys in Nelson County wanna do it
I don't.
wrong, and I don't,
No, we don't have to push it either way. We can say, here's what we can do. Can we get to this legal drain so that we can use some of those funds and we can make this thing walk through here? If not, yeah,
They're doing snag and clear in Nelson County, aren't they?
yeah,
well, they don't have enough money.
no.
So Bruce Ellerton told me that Varnson went to the county commission with a participation agreement or something. They were gonna try to get into the general fund to complete this thing, and the county commissioners told them no. So they aren't doing anything right now.
So I can probably, first of all, I'm gonna have to talk to both of you guys as commissioners, 'cause at some point, I'm sure something's gonna happen and
Yep,
I'm gonna
yep.
have a conflict, so I'm either gonna have to have you guys waive that conflict or probably step back from the whole situation.
So let's get it on the agenda so we can talk about it. But then can we revise this later?
You can, we have one more meeting, yeah, and you can do it afterwards too. We have another meeting before, the 7th is when I meet with DOT, the Association of Counties Conference. So it doesn't have to be done today, and it doesn't have to be, it's not locked in. You can change it. Just like we changed the bridges around, we requested to change, the priority of the bridge. You can request the priority of the.
You gonna replace mine?
I'd like to. Let's put a walking bridge in there, take that one out of there.
No. Take that one out of there and don't put a walking bridge
We're
in
gonna
there.
get an imaginary
Open to
visual,
public.
visual
Big
bridge.
sign.
Come and enjoy the scenery of the shine.
Yeah, there's the lookout. We had funding for that.
There you go.
There we are. Scenic bypass.
I think that'll go through the.
Maybe, you just pave a pad up on top of the hill on my driveway where everybody drives and turns around when they're looking out over the river.
Construction of turnouts,
From
overlooks, and
200,
viewing
from 200
areas.
in?
There you go, pave that.
Yeah.
I'll go down the hill.
So there we got it.
That might work.
Especially now when the trees are turning.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
People drive up there.
Beautiful.
Right to the crest of the hill on my driveway.
You got a
Then-
garbage can there and throw a beer can down? Put fun for fun. Garbage can.
Turn around and drive out
You
again.
get a roll-off dumpster there.
Okay.
Yeah, years from now, Troy, it can be the Troy Olson Memorial Overlook. Some people hope that comes soon.
Yeah. Well, it's still-
Recycling center.
Still the Uland Dam, that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Wanna look into that?
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to look into it.
Yeah. Start any rumors, Mr.
I
President.
want a road like Randy. I want a road to my house like Randy Richards got. You see that?
No, you don't.
Well, there was one time when the city, some people wanted that as a recreation area
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And some people didn't by the bridge there, they were gonna fix it all up and
Yeah.
camping spots. And
It was a recreational spot at one time. Didn't they give swimming lessons and stuff down there?
Oh, but we had a lot of parties.
Not that I remember. Not that I remember.
Oh, okay.
No.
Should have.
Not that I remember.
They did it. Crick
Rick and Hannaford,
Oh, okay.
you know. Yep.
All right.
Okay, I don't think we have to move on that, or if you say it's okay, it's okay. I
Okay.
present that, you can change it.
Yeah, I move that we should allow Wayne to present this as our tentative plan for federal aid program, 2020 federal aid program.
Second.
Been moved by John, seconded by Sean to approve Wayne's suggested priority list for federal aid projects. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Have a
Thanks.
good weekend.
Thanks, Wayne.
See you, Wayne.
Oh, one thing for under Wayne, I got
Oh.
this stuff back from Leona Munson. And
Oh,
I'll add it to the agenda for the next meeting and get it off to Paul.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
Yeah, he'll be back.
You'll probably have to get a voucher ready. I'll send it off to you and Paul.
oh, that'll settle that whole problem with, okay.
Sure.
Thanks, Jamie. So, make a motion that we put the time clocks and mailboxes on.
next week. It's been moved by John to table time clocks and mailboxes. Is there a second to the motion? Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. State equalization.
Is anybody planning on going out? Would you like me to go out?
All they're gonna do is present their findings or whatever, right? Their decision, or what?
Yep.
So we're not gonna change it. It's not like we'd be involved.
No, and if we don't agree with, we have the ability to appeal their decision.
Okay.
Any decision of whether the township board, the county board, or the state board can be appealed.
Who do you appeal the state decision to?
To the state. Judge, jury, and executioner.
Good luck.
Well, there's no, why appeal it? I mean,
Right.
the decision is gonna be based on a difference of opinion between the state and us. It's not gonna be based on somebody doing something illegal. It's just a difference of opinion as far as tax policy.
Right.
And the way the system's set up, they have the upper hand in the difference of opinion, just as we have the upper hand in townships.
So, anybody see any value in anybody going?
I don't.
Okay. All right. Ag information.
I got this information from a gentleman. So we don't have a weed officer, so it comes to me. This doesn't have anything to do with the 4 mil limit that we're supposed to budget for. So this is a totally different thing than the tag or than the lap. So just wanted to make sure you guys were okay with me signing this before I sent it off. It didn't sound like anything has changed from
No.
other years, so.
Made one misstatement, though.
What's that?
We do have a weed officer when we don't have a weed officer in your head.
I'm it? What the heck is that?
This proved it. You just said we didn't have a weed officer, so they got a hold of you. So I guess you know what the chain of command is. Check that off our list.
So I get that salary now too?
Yep. You can apply.
Oh my gosh.
So, can't you?
Why not?
I wouldn't know what a weed officer does.
Read the century code.
I think you're a shooter.
I suppose she could, but she couldn't. Yeah, she could hold another job
Yeah,
outside
she
of her
can hold
employment.
that job. So yeah, you could apply. Look at the century code, see if it's something you want to do. Pay is what, $5,000?
For doing nothing. Might get a few barky calls here and there.
We could use one out by our area along the curve where there's a quarter of foxtail.
Whose is that?
Ruth Hoverson's.
Yeah.
It used to be Allen's, and it's all split up amongst the kids.
That's that one west of their house? Yeah, well, that is unbelievable.
And they've started to spread into ours and the rest of the Hoverson land and Samuelson land.
Corrective county deed.
So I made a mistake back in 2014 and it wasn't noticed until now when I'm guessing they're selling the land. But I put an or instead of an and in the grantee, and it's not permissible. So it just needs to be changed to an and the corrective deed needs to be signed. That's all it is.
Mhm.
I sent it off to Kelly and she's going to review it. And then if it comes back that it's fine, then I'll have,
I've actually already sent it off to the abstractor.
Oh.
And the abstractor's good with it to
Okay.
fix it, so. That's where I received the information from, was from Barnes County Abstract, and
Somebody did a title opinion or
someone
something?
must have done a title opinion on it, and that was noticed.
But that wouldn't have been the abstractor, that would have been a lawyer. I think.
Yeah,
But it was-
yeah, or it could have happened when they were updating the abstract. I don't know.
do you want to just sign the one that I have then, Troy, or do
Where
you-
was the or? Oh, right here.
In the grantee's name,
Yeah. You can't hold real estate that way?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that either.
Has to be and?
Sure, it's a partnership. If it's mutual ownership, it has to be, and one can't be one or the other.
And they actually, I asked them to cite the rule where you can't do that, and it's some administrative rule, but yeah, it can't be all the order. I didn't realize that.
Okay.
Or one can sell.
Right.
One can sell without the other one.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
It's like a title on a vehicle.
Yeah,
That could be done.
yeah, vehicle title can be done or.
All our vehicle titles are
I
that
know,
way.
but I mean, that you can't, if it says so and so,
Right.
one can't sell it without the other.
Right.
Right, and that's why we put or on all ours.
Yeah. So, if one of you dies and the other one doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay.
I'll sign that right now then, Jamie, and she can notarize it.
Okay, works perfect.
do I have to sign as the, like, cause Troy's there, does Troy sign as the
Grantee?
agent?
The grantee is
The
whoever's
grantee
getting
is
it.
Oh,
the grantee is the person that the land was.
You're gonna notarize my signature.
okay, you got it.
Right.
And she's actually probably gonna come pick that up from you.
Today? Okay.
I rarely see a signature of a grantee on a deed. That don't need to be there.
See, I've signed them in the past as the agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could,
Oh, that's a century code deal.
we're
Oh,
not,
yeah, you can sign that.
we're
You can
not,
sign that as the agent.
or she can sign it. The grantee.
I'll have
She
her
can-
do it, cause
she
then
can
I'll
sign it.
notarize your signature.
Okay.
But, that's not the grantee signing, that's the consideration statement.
Yeah, I didn't read it. Okay. Old courthouse, new courthouse.
Letter got sent off to the Historical Society, just with that simple language,
To the NDSU, you mean?
no to the
Historical
Historical
Society.
I
Oh,
sent
we
it.
were, that's right.
We wanted their opinion if it would
Okay.
satisfy the.
Yeah, it got sent out, one day last week, I think, early last week.
Okay. This is kinda old courthouse. When social services moved out of that building uptown, the phone system itself was left in there in the utility room. But they took all the phones. And the phones were sitting in the closet back in social services. So Travis called and was interested in that phone system. Well, we'd already sold it to him as part of the building. So I told Mary, just give him the phones. The phones aren't good for nothing. They're not good for anybody else unless you have that phone system. And I'm assuming that phone system's not new.
No, that phone system's about the age of the building, and I don't know what it would be worth, but the building was sold with that phone system in there.
Fixtures and appliances.
Yeah.
So I think he just came up and I told her,
Yeah.
just give them to him.
Yeah.
So, just so everybody.
Well, I mean, they were part of the building.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
I sent an email to NDSU just letting them know that this is going on, and they said, sounds good, and I was gonna let them know when I heard back, so.
We don't have to do anything to it come winter. It was already, no water was turned on or anything. in there,
No,
so.
no, I don't think so.
And the janitor goes over and checks it periodically.
Yep, I think so.
You've been going over there and doing seances, checking for ghosts.
No, I've not went over there.
Check on Walt.
We didn't have anything left in that building uptown, did we?
Uh,
In the safe or anything?
There were probably a number of people that committed suicide in the basement, when the jail was down there. So you could go over in twilight.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Future business.
So I have time clocks and mailboxes, and then the phone system.
That's it. Motion to adjourn.
Been moved by Dale that we adjourn. Is there a second to the motion? Second by Sean. Weekly. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Next
What are your
meeting.
intentions with the pontoons from your old pontoon?
Not sure yet.
Next meeting will be Friday, October 4th at 2:30 p.m.
Think about cutting the
And then the
bottom side
special
off.
And a special session at 6 p.m.